I'm gonna hit it. Deeply rooted. Deeply rooted. What's up, world? Kings, queens. Welcome to the Deeply Rooted Vodcast Show. Here is where reality meets wisdom and wisdom meets reality. But first thing first, we gotta give a big shout out to the big D.O.G. G.O.D. for waking us all up today. Now.
I thought you were here.
Whatever. Anyways, today's show is generational curses. Be unleashed. Yes. And we all know that generational curses are just flying around the air, waiting on somebody here and there. Everybody got stories to tell about generational curses. And today, our guest again is the beautiful queen, Miss Yolanda Attaway. Yay! Thank you for coming to bless our set again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Y'all know also on the set, we're gonna turn it up with Miss Quee, Coach Quee here from Mahia. Yay! Reppin'. The Deeply Rooted Squad. We got French Fry Lady Bed over here. Y'all paying no mind. She working on a new theme song. Go French Fry. Go French Fry. Go French Fry. And then last but not least on set today, we got Dude on the Couch. Representing our look for mental illness, our support. You know, we support it. I tell y'all to hug somebody today. Tell somebody you love them. Do something nice for somebody. And last but not least, pray for yourself and pray for somebody else today. All right? Now let's get the show started. How y'all feeling today?
I feel good.
Let's go.
Let's go. Don't play with me, man.
Dude on the couch, how you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good.
Already. You're a little quiet today when he was turned up last show, y'all. I was like, get it, dude. Get it, dude. Get it, dude. And Miss Attaway, how you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling great. So honored to be here.
You look great. You should be feeling great. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Yes, amen. Well, let's get it started. I'm going to roll over to Coach Quee because generational curses and coaching is her thing. Yes, it is. Okay. She had to coach me through some generational curses, and she'll have Miss Attaway. So I am blessed to have these two intelligent queens on the set. So let's get in.
Let's get right into it.
Yes.
Y'all already know that as a coach. Oh, swear in, y'all.
Yes. I see that. I'm like, go ahead, French Fry. You ready today? That's why I was laughing.
Flowers.
Yes. I was waiting on French Fry because y'all know.
She
the only one that will raise both hands, so we were like, we don't know what to believe. All right, so first of all, Deeply Rooted Squad. Raise your right hand and guess. Do y'all deeply rooted promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Amen. Hallelujah. I'm ready, y'all. And hold on, y'all. Y'all know we just getting into season 2. With all this rain, it made me sleep through what we supposed to do. But we got it. That's why we're a team. There is no I in team.
Yes.
We all remind each other to do things. See how that worked out today? French fry. Oh, you on your stuff.
Tiema.
Whatever. Anyways, y'all. So, Miss Attaway, this season, you was on last season.
Yeah.
And you know we like to talk. So we decided this season that we're going to give everybody flowers.
Yes, ma'am.
So that way when they want their flowers, they want something to say, just wave it. So that's a decent way to, keep the conversation afloat and people not over talk each other, okay?
Right.
Now y'all, just because y'all wave me your flowers, that don't mean just start talking, okay? So we let our guest pick her flower first. You can pick one.
Just one. You said just one.
Dang,
this is my favorite.
Look. How is the sunflower always everybody's favorite? Did you see how they were looking at you? And I was saying to myself, calm down, bulldog. All I heard was
That's my flower. That's my flower, friend. That's my flower.
They got me to where I don't even want to touch them. I like it, so I just adopted this one. It ain't blossomed yet. It's getting a lot of love. It's gonna blossom one of these days. I'm sticking with what I'm used to, y'all. Yeah. All right, hold on. Don't fight now. We got one sunflower left. I might need to make a throw of a coin.
Well, I'll be glad to release it.
No, don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
Thank you.
Don't do it.
Thank you.
Don't do it. It's so funny because every show, we didn't even know this was going to be a thing.
She got me rocking over here like see.
Look, we waiting.
We didn't even know this was going to be a thing. Who
Right,
knew
Mom?
the battle for the sunflower would be every show? Look at dude. Look at dude on the couch like this. They over there. Y'all wait here. All right, here we go. Go.
You got it.
I think it's so nice. Oh my God.
Cross stood down.
That's okay. I'm gonna be rude.
All right.
Yes, you can.
Oh, dude. We got you, girl.
I just take the white one.
You know what? I'll be nice. Here, I'll let you have my scepter.
That's like a little crown.
I know I'll let you have my scepter. Okay, today, yeah. Okay. I'm going with the white girl.
All right.
We cool.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Back in to be continued. Woo, 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 where we were.
That's it.
Coach Queen.
Let's get right into it.
Let's go.
As we know, as a culture, and I'm speaking on this, everybody has generational curses, but I want to speak mainly on our people, our cultures, because we tend to sweep things under the rug, and we don't want to break free from the curses. It's like it goes from generation to generation to generation, and it's made in society to feel okay, it's normal. That is not normal. And Miss Yolanda, I wanted to ask you what is your point of view on telling children to hush when they talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me elaborate a little bit. When a child is coming to tell you something about what another adult has done or another child has done, because we have to take in mind some kids are exposed to more than a lot of children.
Yes, ma'am.
What are your thoughts on hushing kids up and not letting them freely speak and have emotions? You know, because even as Josiah, he can have emotions and want to tell.
Yes.
What are your feelings about people telling children to hush, stop crying? That's ain't nothing wrong with you, or that didn't bother you. What do you think about that?
That's a good point. And I think when you started just saying, you know, we don't know, we don't want to, or we don't know how sometimes to break out of the generational curse. But when we have children, that's kind of where it starts. And we're parenting from a place that, you know, we haven't had training in. We're coming from a place of hurt. We're doing what was done for us. But I think trying different things, sitting down, having time to talk to that child, that's important. Because even though they may not be able to express really how they're feeling, you can tell the child is depressed, the child is nervous about something. There's some things that are weighing on that child. So when I'm working with parents, I always tell them, have time with that child. It's just one-on-one. Where it's not where you're making the child feel like, you know, they have done something wrong, but you're there as a support. You know, just talk to me. You can always talk to me, and that's something we should say, but I don't think we said it enough, especially as a people, black and brown people.
That's
We don't just take time and feel like they have something to say. They're so very smart now. This is not 1970 kids or 1950 kids. These kids know, they see, they research, so don't let them fool you. They have things to share. And when we stifle them and we silence them, you know, we're doing something to their esteem. Because they will find someone to talk to.
Yes.
And we want them to come to us. We want them to come to mom, to dad, to grandmother, to that aunt. We want to be there.
Right.
We want to be there. And that builds trust.
Right.
And when we have trust, that will prevent trauma.
Right.
Because they can come to someone like, you know, that didn't feel right. He said that to me. He was telling me to do something. They can trust us.
Right.
Because they can talk to us.
Right.
They can trust us.
And I feel like a lot of parents are really parenting from their inner trauma and inner, the way they were raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Even not, my grandmother used to always say, you never know what you're raising, but you do the best that you can.
And that is true.
So when they parent, I feel like a lot of people hold grudges, especially a lot of people hold grudges against their parents. Your parent was doing the best parenting that they knew how to do.
Yes.
They didn't know. It's not a manual on this.
No,
you know what I'm
ma'am.
saying? There's no, I mean, if they're hurt or they got hurt or anything, or we don't know. So I feel like it's a connection that needs to be had, a talk, a conversation that needs to be had between, we're not intimate enough with our children.
I believe
You
that.
follow me?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to have an intimacy,
Yes.
emotional intimacy with your children.
Yes.
And we're not. We don't bond with them the way
No,
we
ma'am.
should.
No,
You know what I'm
we don't.
saying?
We
And
don't.
I do feel like that is a big
Right.
problem. Because you know what we spend more time doing
Mhm.
is threatening them
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
than get them to
Yes.
trust us.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yes, ma'am. It's that. We're threatening, we're buying, we're doing things to compensate if a parent's not there. We're trying to put fear in them, and they should respect us.
That's right.
They should respect us. I'm all for that. But, some children you can talk to. You need to find out, okay, let's talk about this. You can't assume that they know things that we didn't teach.
Right.
But sometimes we'll say, well, you know better than that. When did you teach that?
When did you teach
When
them?
did you
Amen.
teach that?
Amen.
So I think we just need to back up and just start young, talking to them and
Right.
teaching. If we teach before we discipline, let's
Right.
teach and see, are they getting it? If they're not getting it, why? Why not?
Mhm.
Why are they not? Because I think they need to be educated. We have so many resources now.
Man,
It's
so-
no
so
excuse,
many.
really,
So
to
many.
use other forms of discipline.
Yes.
We have so many resources.
I was gonna say the same thing, is that pretty much a lot of parents do try to raise children off of fear. They get fear and respect tangled, because with respect comes a little fear.
Yes.
But
yes.
they get it tangled and think that making them fear them
Mm.
is gonna make them respect them.
True.
That's what I've
True.
seen.
True.
And that's the worst case. It's not that you want to make your child fear you to get respect. If your child respects you, they will automatically have a respectful fear for you.
Reverence.
Mm,
A
reverence. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the word.
They definitely will. And us as adults, like Miss Attaway just said, that sometimes we're not taught how to teach before we discipline, and so I've learned now, we all have to learn. I was a young parent, the world.
Me too.
So now that I'm a grandma and I'm raising my grandson, I see the difference in the way that I raise my children.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have my mama. So my mama taught me well. My mama listened to me. She talked to me. I don't think it was nothing I could tell my mama. Now, I'll tell y'all something funny my mama didn't tell me, which y'all know I'm a comedian. I say that for a bit to make y'all laugh. But, other words, so with that being said, it is a true statement that how you're raised, you raise your children. And some parents think that they're giving their children love, and it ain't love, it's materialistic things.
Yes.
You're giving them a pacifier.
Yes.
Basically.
To get away from you.
You're giving them the wrong. See, what I see a lot, let me put it like this then, because I might be saying the wrong word. I see a lot of young parents that give their child candy, sucker, and think that that's what's going to make them fear them. That's what's going to make them respect them. That's where it's wrong at.
Yes. Yes.
So back to
They
moi.
bribing them. It's like a bribery.
Yeah, but without telling them, say, hey, if
Without
I give
telling
you
them.
this, because we all kind of bribe
So
our
it's
children.
manipulation.
Yeah,
It's-
we all do to a sense, because that's where I was about to go with this, y'all. Check it out, it worked, okay? So with my grandson, I can only personally speak for myself, y'all. So for my grandson, as you know, y'all both know I was talking, everybody in the room know I was talking, y'all like, this little dude do this, and my kids wouldn't like that, you know what I'm saying, growing up. But like I said, I know it's a different generation, and he's seeing different things.
Yes.
So I decided to reverse it up, because I didn't get spankings. So do y'all know how hard that is for me to spank somebody?
Right.
I mean, I got used to it now. I've been a grandma.
No, for real.
Y'all don't know how to spank now. But what I'm saying is, I didn't enjoy it. Only time I enjoy it if I see them being a mean kid, a bully. That's when I enjoy spanking them then, because I let them see that that's how I feel to be bullied. But I learned, even with that being learned, you don't still want to send that message. You don't want to make it seem like they being a bully, then you just a bigger bully than them. Because I watch kids, then they don't respect nobody but you. Or they really don't respect you, they just scared because they know you want to put them paws on them.
Already.
That's
So
right.
what I've done, y'all, after having my little grandson evaluate, because I knew wasn't nothing wrong with my grandson, but see, that's the thing when people say you're wrong, they like, you just saying that. The same thing like, don't listen to them, or they saying something about their feelings, emotions. No, I listen to mine.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the difference I know now as being an older parent My kids are grown, but raising my grandson,
Yes.
this is where I learned and saw my mistake from then. So I can apologize to my children if I didn't have the same patience. I know I was still a good parent,
Right.
Right.
but I still see the difference in the patience.
Right.
Yes,
So-
and that's a key word.
That's it.
That's a key word,
I learned
patience.
from you, girl.
Yeah,
I've been
patience.
over your way for a
And
long time.
communicating. That's key though. That
Yeah.
patience, because sometimes we parent, when we come home, we're stressed out, we're overwhelmed, we're frustrated, and I could tell the difference in how my parents responded based on their day. And we
Right.
parent from that. Look, we're tired, get to your toys, do something,
Right.
or we're gonna have a problem.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah.
So I want to
That's
tell
good.
everybody
Yeah, patience.
through helping guidance with you guys and advice for helping y'all. I tell y'all when y'all see the grandson acting up, don't let him do that little bully thing. Then he come around me and be like, yeah, because he was doing that. So I had to tell him, we going to stick together as a team
Yeah.
or a
Yes.
village.
That is key. Yes.
We're going to
That
stick
is
together. And so y'all see y'all jack him up like, boy, you 5. You can't be messing with me like that.
Right.
So I had to tell him that, and he stopped bullying my people that come around. So he knew who to try.
Right.
Yeah.
So one day, Miss Yolanda was in the shop and he was cutting up, and as he cut up, like I said, I don't like to do the whooping thing. You gotta be done really done something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I put him in the corner. And for me, I'm not gonna keep a kid in the corner forever, because first of all, we at work, so I'm gonna forget that you in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's serious. At least I'm admitting it. So I make them count, and then it's also a learning thing for somebody at their age. So
Yes.
if you have young children, you can discipline them by making them learn. You don't have to beat them into it. There's other ways.
Right.
Listen to the story. So, so she was here to witness,
Yes.
and I was telling her this is the issue I was having with him. So I put him in the corner. I can't remember what he did. It was a kid. And, he was by himself, so he wasn't used to sharing. I think he snatched something. So I had him get in the corner. And I tell him, count to 10, you can get out the corner.
Right.
That's real easy. Any kid will probably go over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and get out and be bad again, right? No.
No.
He's smart. And I realized, I'm like, oh, I got to really outsmart him.
No, for
You know
real.
what I'm saying? You got to use reverse
Yes, you did.
psychology
Yes,
on
you
these
did.
kids. But before I carry on with the story, one thing I noticed, and I hate to be going long, y'all, but it's going to make a whole lot of sense, because I made this right. Think about this for today. Is that in order for you to reverse psychology of your child and discipline them with education, you got to be kind of smart. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
You got to have
Yes.
your mental together.
No,
Yes.
for real.
Because I
Yes.
realize now that I have my mental together in life, I'm able to maneuver that easier than when I was younger. Not saying I was a wild child, but I was a young parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some stuff I wasn't taught, some stuff I was. You
That's
know?
all of us. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say that because, like we say, go from parent to parent. And but see, in my case, like my mother was abused when she was young, but I didn't experience that. So some of the things she taught us was off of her experience from being abused, which some of the stuff we might have didn't need. Some made us overprotective,
Right.
and so I gave them a combination of that.
Right.
And so, but in the difference is that, see, my mom worked away from the kids. Like, we weren't able to go to work with her. So my kids, they were able to come to work with me. But that also made it harder on my mental. You understand what I'm saying? So then I wasn't as patient,
That's right. That's right.
you know.
Put up
So
with
a punishment might go longer. But now y'all done, let me tell you how I'm doing it, and it works so much better. I hope this be a tip, you know what I'm saying? Lock it in. So now it's like, I don't like being mean to people, even if you have to punish the kids, because you look at them, you love them, and that's where they get us at. We'll start a punishment, they know they just love on us a little bit, we'll butter up and they back in it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I started a good treatment program with mine,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to work. But before I go to what I started, I want to go back to why I started that. You know what I'm saying? This is the end one of those generational curses. Y'all listen. I know I'm taking my time, but that's what they do with them infomercials. They let you read the whole thing, then they'll...
And they say, here you go.
I'm just playing y'all for real. Y'all don't get it. So where it started for real though. So Miss Yolanda in the salon. And he in here cutting up. And I said, see, Miss Yolanda, that's what I'm talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I grab him, take his stuff away.
Right.
He fold on punishment for 2 weeks. That ain't even real. You see what I'm saying? I realize that ain't real. Y'all punishments ain't real. It's different ways that you have to do type of punishment. I learned.
Exactly.
And it's from small advice. So if you listen sometimes to other people and not think that you're better than somebody else, I didn't just listen to her because she's a therapist. I didn't just listen to her because she's a life coach. I didn't just listen to her because she has a son. You know what I'm saying? I listen because I want to take something I learned from you,
Exactly.
and you,
That's all of
and
it.
then I learned for how it worked for myself.
Exactly.
So what Miss Yolanda observed, and she can elaborate on, and time this little boy got in the corner, clearly know how to count to 10. He know how to count to 20. But I'll let you play with me on 20 because you're 5. I think at this time he might have been 4. But I'm gonna let you play with me a little bit to get to 20 all the way without missing a number.
Right.
But to 10, no. No, and we know you know how to count to 10. So he in this corner, what did he do, Miss Yolanda? Let me, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. It took him a while, 20, 30 minutes. He would count, then he would skip a number. He would count, he would skip a number. He'd get upset with himself, but he structured himself to stay right there as she put it.
Yes.
He didn't just give up or cry or have a tantrum. He'd go through the numbers, and then he might get kind of mad. He'd look at us. He'd think maybe I could come out, but he didn't move. He did. He knew I must do it, but I think he did it on his time.
Yes.
Because I was like, you could have been out, but you know, he's young. I think it really made an impact on him. I think it really impacted him.
We ain't had that problem since.
Yeah, I think
but
it really
we left him in that corner till he counted to 10,
Yeah.
and it took him a long time.
Yes.
And he would look at us. He'll say a number, but he'll say 4, 7, and he'll cut his eye at us.
Yeah.
And we knew. She said, "Yeah, he playing with you." And I said, "I'm gonna play with him too. Start over again." And it was really that he wanted our attention. He had to have the whole shop's attention.
And he had it.
I'm working on her, but he in the corner. But he want to make sure that we're listening to him to count. So we had to take that time out and really listen to him and let him go to every time he missed a number. No, you skip 6, start over. You know what I'm saying? If he got up to 11 and then went to 15 and skipped 16, I say start back at 11,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12. He got tired of it because I stayed right with him. I rode that horse with him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then afterwards when he got out, I was like, that's wonderful. You're out. And she's like, you know, you could have been got out because you knew them numbers.
Yeah.
So we just talked to him like, bro, why was you in the corner so long?
That's
We
it.
made him feel silly about being in the corner for a long time.
That's it.
So
That's
now, y'all, not only did that work, so when he went to school, of course, you know, he had to try that on the teachers. See, I got smart. I was like, watching him. He's going to try every last adult. And do you know, talking to the teacher, all them kids try them adults look like that. Every last one of them. And if they see another child try them, they try it too. It's like
Exactly.
monkey see, monkey do at that age.
Exactly.
So I said, okay, well, let's let you be known for getting rewarded for being good.
That's it.
If you be good every day, even at the house, and not just at school, but you gotta come home and be good. Don't do nothing. Like he like messing with his uncles. He'll go cut on their bedroom lights, nigga knock. He do all that to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He does. But we understand he's the only little kid in the house.
That's
So
right.
I had to mentally take
Yes,
myself
that's
there.
right.
What if I was the only little kid in the
Yeah,
house?
he doing little
This would
kid
be an
things.
adventure. And I'm thinking about how happy he is because y'all, his spirit is happy.
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
raise my right hand and say the little boy ain't been molested or abused or nothing like that. So I know
You
that
see?
mind frame within me because it didn't happen to me. But then I also hear it to other people who would have it. And I notice that sometimes their childhood is dim. Their habits, they don't play, they don't do like he's doing. So I
Right.
said, let me leave that little boy's innocence alone.
Right.
That's
Let
it.
him enjoy it. I see him peeking around the corner, and it's funny. Guess what I did to him? And dude on the couch will tell you, I said, dude on the couch, we going outside to play in the rain with little man. We gonna fix it up, or he done broke it up in the house playing with it. We in there actually trying to fix an umbrella so he can go play out in the rain. But he wanted to go outside in his drawers. We was like, nah, bro. You said nah. So then, y'all, this is all why it rained. You can take advantage of rainy days and play with your children in the
That's
house.
good. Yeah.
I didn't want to do it, but it's exercise. I couldn't get out, so it's a 2-in-1.
Right.
We played tag in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Me, him, and dude on the couch wasn't even in it. He came downstairs. We ran back and tag you in. We was running around the island, falling down, dodging, doing stuff, running up and down the stairs. Boy, my fat behind was out of air. Do you understand? We gave up, but we did that, and we had a ball. And so what I do with Josiah is, I reward him for being good. If he be bad, I'm like, nah, you ain't in trouble. You ain't gonna get no whooping. Nothing. You just don't get no special treat. You can't stay in the room and watch a movie with me tonight.
That's it.
Right.
You can't have a snow cone. You can't do it. And I find the smallest things. There's ways to do it. People don't just say just because you got money you can do it. No. If you can afford to go buy you a wig, get your nails done, go to a movie, something, you can go to Sam's Club or somewhere and go buy a bulk of snacks and give it to him every day, one something as a reward. So he'll get a special treat
Yes.
every day. I don't care if it's some cotton candy, I'll go buy a bulk of something. And even if I can't afford to go buy nothing bulk, y'all, and before I go pick him up from school, I'm going to stop at the dollar store.
Right.
I'm gonna save $2 and get that little boy something special that he know. And I might have a candy bucket on my table at the salon. I might have one at my house, but he's gonna get something different that ain't in that candy bucket to let him know that I am acknowledging his good behavior. And do y'all know that worked better than anything? I ain't had to whoop in a long time. I had to threat. Like, you know you don't want to go back to that.
Right.
But another thing that I learned about kids. I'm sorry, go lie. I want to just tell you. Because I learned something.
I'll come in after. Go ahead.
Another thing is, even outside of spanking, I learned a new way around that. Everybody has a fear. Whether it's a fear of heights, a fear of something, you know what I'm saying? And I know you're not supposed to run on people's fear, nothing like that, but I know with my grandson, for instance, he a little bad, you know what I'm saying? Well, I just say curious, because he's into the word. He's not really bad. Badder kids, I say, to be cussing, throwing rocks and destroying stuff like that. He's the typical kid. He's not really bad.
Yes.
But I always laugh and say, for you to be a little gangster, you scared of bugs? So he get on my nerve too bad, y'all. I ain't scared of bugs.
Right.
And he be like, it's a ladybug. I'm like, yeah, I can get a bug and chase him. And I know that might be, but I'm like, boy, you a boy. You supposed to be, how you gonna be scared of bugs? So yeah, I might do that. I know that ain't abuse. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I chase her with a bug. See what I'm saying? Let her get on my nerves.
Oh, no.
But that's what I do for him. So I'm gonna wrap this little part up just so y'all know if y'all do need the tips on that. So what I did with my grandson was I got a treasure chest. And with the treasure chest, y'all, go find some toys on clearance. Go to the dollar store. Kids are not caring how much something costs.
No.
Now, if you can afford it, go make them write a wish list and go get the stuff on the wish list and put it in the treasure box. But I went and got clearance stuff, put it in the treasure. So if he's good for the whole week at school and he gets stuff, then he gets to go pick something out the treasure chest. And that's on top of his stack. He loves that.
Yeah,
Loves
I think
it.
that. I mean, he's working toward. I'm gonna hold up. I think he's working toward it. And I think what you've used, that's a good example of positive reinforcement. When your behavior is right, after the week, you get a little something. I mean, they look forward to that. You know, that works well. It's not like, okay, I'm just getting on you when you act bad.
Right.
I'm noticing when you act good. And that's
Right.
something we as a people, we say, well, why reward them for good behavior? Well, we're teaching. And after a while, we'll pull back. But we have to teach that because
Right.
that's kind of life. You know, everybody can point out when we've done something wrong.
Right.
But they don't see, the positive. But yeah, I think that builds his self-esteem. He feels good. He's proud of himself. And that leads to health. And that moves away from, raising them like we were raised. Where they tell us that you're not going to be anything. You're just like your dad.
Right.
We're doing something totally different. Man, you cleaned your room well. You've been good in school. You got smiley faces all week.
Right.
We're lifting up the positive.
Right.
And so I think I'm proud. I respect that, what you did. I'm real proud of that.
Right.
And I even devil whammied it, y'all. I said, boy, you been so good. You need to share a snack with your class. And I said, and you such a big boy. You can carry it yourself. I don't even go in. So I
Just
went to
like
Sam's
that.
Club.
Yeah.
Got him one of them Mott's, little fruit things, 90. That's enough to last that class for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He was carrying it in.
But look how good he felt.
But he was so happy.
Yes.
He was so happy.
Yes.
And I told her, she was like, your science is, he's done a whole 360. I mean, he's not a bad kid, but
Right.
he's on a whole nother path. So when he was, after I got him out that corner that day, and I said, see, you know how to work this phone. I watch it. You know how to work the phone, but do you know how to spell your name? Do you know what that is? Now he know how to tie his shoes. He know how to write his name.
Yes.
He got a chalkboard. He know it. Even if he don't get it right, he know he can tell you the letters in his name. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that takes time. That's to your credit as a parent.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting and you're teaching and you're training and you're reviewing. That's not easy to do. That takes time.
yes,
That
and
takes time.
guess what, world? It didn't take that long for JoJo. I think it took me maybe longer to tie his shoes because
Yes.
sometime I think he had a hard time with longer shoestrings and then had to teach the double knot. But for the most of y'all, it seemed like the time just went by really fast because he was going through a moment to where with him being the only kid around, it's like we see in the movies, the little kids running around the juke joints and stuff. It's like him running around the salon and running around through us. So I understand that. And so it did give him something else to go. So my whole goal was when I told my mom, you know what I'm saying, about it, and then she was like, "That's beautiful," because that's like breaking a generational curse. That's why I had to tell that story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's really
believe,
motivating you.
yeah, it is. And I believe that even more so to get in depth with generational curses, I believe that they're often passed around and passed down so because of the older generation, a lot of them are gone.
Yes.
but a lot of them went through a lot of things that they left here for others to. They keep on mimicking it, and generational curses come in all shapes, forms, and fashion. Like I feel like it's a generational curse to cuss your kids out, and I'm talking about little bitty children, cuss them out, and tell them, like you said, that they ain't gonna be nothing, and treat them bad. And I feel like it's also a curse to even disrespect your parents. You know what I'm saying? We got so many that disrespect their parents. Like how do you get into it with your mama? How do you get into it with your father? How do you're supposed to honor them no matter what. But we as a people, okay, well, how do you, the biggest thing, how do you tell me to hush about a rape or a molestation or a creepy uncle or a creepy auntie? Because we're not going to leave the women out, because they used to always say, well, it's just the men, it's just the men. No, it's some women out there that's doing creepy stuff. But they swept it under the rug, and I believe that is a form of a generational curse to say that that's okay. That's okay, but we're just going to keep that to ourselves. What happened to the shush method? You shushing me up, and now I am messed up. I'm screwed up for the rest of my life because I couldn't speak my voice, and now everybody's, I mean, you come from a long line of alcoholics and crackheads and stuff like this in one family, and it's okay until death comes. Ain't no more family reunions when the old people die. Ain't no more of that. Half of your kids don't even know their cousins. You know what I'm saying? And then you send them off into a world, and guess what? What are you gonna do when they bring one home and it's their cousin and they married or got babies or something like that? Like,
too late.
It's too late. Like generational curses really mess us up. Like literally.
No, I have. Y'all say I don't know. I'm old school.
All of us are.
I'm old school.
Except dude on
No,
the
I'm
couch.
just saying. Well, I guess it's a different time and age though. But I'm just saying, to me, growing up, because my mom, what treat? You better sit out. We already knew how to act when we went to people's house. You know what I'm saying? So I instill that to mine. I mean, I'm like my mom now. What you do after 18, that's something you make your own thing right there. But I mean, as far as like, I don't know. I mean, if they're good kids, yeah, fine. But the reward, I mean, I still believe in the butt whoopers. I'm just saying, it worked. I mean, because I'd rather them get it in the house and let somebody else do it on the outside.
I remember that. Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know, like they roll up on something or
True.
you know, fighting.
True.
I mean,
But I was gonna say, people just got to know how to do it. What I'm gonna say, responsibly. Because the problem with disciplined children nowadays is that people don't know how to be disciplined because they were actually beat as children. They weren't disciplined properly. A discipline, when you get a spanking or a whooping, you're not supposed to be beat across the head or the back or the arms or nothing.
But I
to
mean,
sort of
if you get in the way, that's what happened. Because I used to do it.
Well, no, because I have a little 5-year-old grandson that try to run, and I still don't get him like that.
Well, see,
you're gonna eventually get caught, and when you do, or when you do, you still catch him in that one spot. But we gonna just wait.
I mean, like I said, you know, different age, you know what I'm saying, time or whatever.
Different
But
time,
to me,
yes,
I
ma'am.
think it worked because I did it with mine.
Yes.
And that when he was 18, okay, you do what you do. But it wasn't no snack reward. No, you know what you know what I'm saying. You know what you're supposed to do. These ladies, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But
I still had to get on them.
Yes.
But when I got on them, it wasn't no, I'm not talking.
Yeah.
I'm not talking.
What she's saying, I feel like, is that it's not we've been punished for so long as people and not recognized as children, as adults, that when somebody does something good, when he's showing good behavior, reward it. So you will seek that.
Yes.
You will seek that in life as you get older. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you always have to get something, but always be ready. We so ready to whoop. We so ready to beat. We so ready to tell them you ain't nothing, or this ain't it. You could just like your daddy, or you just like that side of your family. We're so ready to tell the bad stuff. You see what I'm saying? But when it's something good, show them some kind of appreciation that this is what goodness will bring to you. I have to say that because that's how God do us, right or wrong.
Right.
Just to keep it real, if
That's
you
the
do
truth.
good, good
Good
things
comes
come
to
to you.
That's
Yes.
right.
God don't punish you for doing good. He rewards you.
That's right.
But-
And he don't remind you every time you do something bad.
But-
either.
but
You know
my-
what I'm saying? It ain't
But I
like we
understand
get
where you coming from,
punished.
but I mean, reward for what? You got a house, you got a roof, you got water running. What else do they need?
That's something that you're supposed
No,
to do.
No, they have to learn. That's responsibility.
But listen, I'm saying as a child, as
No,
a
no,
mother,
no.
as a mother. Okay, listen, as a mother,
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to have a roof over my kids' head. I'm supposed to have their lights, water, and all of that stuff
Their
on.
needs met.
Now, cell phones and stuff like that, those are
Yes.
privileges.
That's extra.
That is stuff,
That's
but
extra.
I
With
cannot
cable
punish
and
my, I cannot
Those
punish my
shoes,
child.
that's extra.
I can't say, well, you know what, y'all been acting so bad, I'm not gonna pay the light bill. We just gonna be without lights. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, not saying that I want them to respect and honor and appreciate that I am that mother that keeps the lights, water, and gas on, because there's kids at their school that school
Don't
is
have
the
that.
safe
Don't have
haven.
that.
School is where the lights is. School is where the water is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
saying that
the-
you
the
did
bills, the
anything
food.
wrong or saying that, period. But I'm saying you were supposed to have that for your baby. You were supposed to.
Yeah, I understand that, but everything that's in the house is what you growing up. You know what I'm saying? What you growing up to go do. You know what I'm saying? You're going to represent me or whatever
Yes,
after 18.
ma'am.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, it's showing responsibility. How I pay this on time. Now,
Yeah.
if you have them parents that don't do that,
Yeah.
I can't. You know, because mine, she.
I get exactly what
But
you're
it's-
saying.
it's-
We all do.
And I see exactly what
I
you,
mean, I
what
understand
you trying
where
to
you're
tell
coming
her.
from. Because I have some friends that's just like, I mean, like, what you give me some stuff for what?
But that's
It's a
But it's
new
a different
day.
thing.
It's
I
a
don't-
new
I know,
day.
but it's like you get meals, you get chips, you get soda. I mean, what
And
else
that-
more?
And I did explain that. Dude on the couch will tell you that I told her that because he said something about being extra good. I said, no, you good? He said, I ain't in no trouble. No, I think the teacher said I had to tell him to calm down. He said, so I'm not in trouble? I'm not going to get no whooping? I said, no, you just don't get no special treat today. But we carried on. He still, like you said, had food and drink and water, whatever. So I get what you're saying, because the main point of, you know, we got children over 18, so you understand. You want them, put it like this. It's an embarrassment when your child leaves the house at 18 and act ignorant like they wouldn't taught nothing. Because then it's like, what were you teaching them the whole time?
But-
So I got what you're saying, because even them leaving is a reflection of you, and they can choose to do what they want to do.
Yes, they
We
can.
got
And
you.
they do.
And I guess it was different in my house. You know, we were all musicians. We all had jobs or whatever. So
Right.
we knew how to sing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's not like that. I'm not saying we got the best of life, whatever the case may be. But I mean, it was good. And I'm just saying, you know, growing up, I was like, well, God, get a whooping, you know. But when I got older, you know what I'm saying? I did time, whatever, you know, went to jail, whatever. It's like, you know what? When you had the time to sit down, you're like, But I was over 18. You know what I'm saying? That was my fault.
Yeah.
Right,
It-
right,
It
right.
wasn't my mom and the fault.
You had
Right.
been
Because, you know
taught.
what I'm saying? I was already
You knew
talking,
you had
so
been
that's
taught.
my fault.
Right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now it's time to start, you know what I'm saying? Another, you know what I'm saying?
Do you,
But even though you went through your trials and tribulations, it's still, those trials and tribulations probably still separate and differ from what we're saying as far as what they taught you as a child. Even you might cross the line and do some things that cause you to go to jail, but that still don't mean there's going to be some other things you don't do. Like, for instance, your mom can say, don't steal, right? And you go out in the world and you steal and get caught and go to jail. But you also know in your heart, it's still saying you ain't gonna disrespect your mama. Your mom may call and say, I told you don't steal. Now your little butt in jail. But you, the
Make a
person
choice.
you are, period. This is where the respect come in. Because some people are mad because they had to learn that lesson the hard way. So they like, man, forget you, mama, or cuss them out and hang up.
Right.
But if
yes,
you on the
ma'am.
phone, yes, ma'am, mama, you know what I'm saying, or you just listen, if you don't say nothing.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about, the difference. And when you leave and you're 18, you're instilled with certain things that you know,
Yes.
And
and certain things that you don't know that you are going to learn. But one thing that you know that you done already learned, that everybody in the world automatically learns, is respect for their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said,
I mean, and even that even goes for kids that are abused or anything, because we
Yes.
know the kids whose parents are drug addicts, they were abused, they tend to run behind their parents even more. They love them harder than somebody that's good.
Okay.
Then we got kids like my oldest daughter.
You're right.
Had a parent that's a good example,
Right.
leading the way or whatever, and you just consistently want to go the wrong way. Miss Yolanda has been around my family a long time. I know, and we know that when you're have substance abuse or you're just low self-esteem, whatever. And I don't think my daughter had low self-esteem. But we know when you're going through substance abuse that you repeatedly hit that over and over, that you might be like, I'm sorry, I'm going to get it good. Because one time she broke almost every bone in her body not listening to me. Bad car accident. All my friends and stuff going to it. And I told her, Mama, I'm sorry, you were so right. You know, my boys brought her out of coma.
That's good.
And so, same thing when Miss Yolanda went to go see, she telling everybody, bring me Bibles, bring me this. But then, you know, time she got out of the hospital, actually she checked out too soon, she went right back to that pattern. Right. And so I'm going to say it now since people get offended that I use the word dumb. My daughter was dumb. And I told her, your dumb actions are the result of where you are now. Because you had time to start over.
I mean, you know, it's a choice. And we all sit here and we talk as different parents. We got a different little view. Most of us come from where, okay, we got some hard discipline. They did not play. My thing is be consistent with the discipline. Don't let them make a liar out of you. If you say you're going to reward him, he's to be rewarded. If you say, if you go out and act silly and you embarrass me, you know, give me your car keys. You stand by that. You're consistent with what you say. They don't make a lie. But yeah, they will make choices completely against what you will say. Do not do X, Y, Z.
Yes.
And I remember my mother saying, well, you know, it's not like we're trying to keep you from the fun. But in my mind, yes, you are. You're keeping me from the fun. So I got to go see, you say don't go there? That's where I'm probably going. It's because you say, because it's got to be fun over there.
Yes.
Right. We all came through it.
I fought through that whole time with my daughter, as most of y'all know on the set. Just like you said, it's like, you know, she think, why are you trying to stop the fun?
Stop the fun.
And see, me, I end up being a stern parent and going through having to fight through CPS. Because I had to put the pause on them and everything. Because I stood on what I said and believed. And I made them feel it. And I made the system understand where I was coming to. I'm not one of these weak mamas. She ain't about to run all over me. I ain't did nothing wrong. So I don't have nothing to hide. Y'all can come check and see what y'all want to check and go from there. But see, that was the thing with my daughter. My daughter was so bored where she kept trying because see, some of these younger people know the system. So you keep trying me all you want to, but I'm going to win, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I'm an adult, and I keep telling you that I've already been that route. I ain't been that route where I was disrespectful, but I'm telling you it's not going to be a good end. So I just kept preaching that to her.
Yeah, and we don't want kids to suffer.
Yeah,
we don't want that.
I kept praying for her.
Yes.
And people say it all the time, so I'm going to say this in a stronger context. I kept preaching to her. I remember giving my child a Bible, and she was so angry, trying to be so defiant. She tore the Bible up, threw it at me and everything. And I didn't say it was just a demon because I knew it was an act. It was an act for an attention. And that's the thing about it, that when you know, you know. And I'm a person that know.
You know your child.
Yeah, I know my child. I know people, you know what I'm saying, period. But I definitely know my child.
Yeah, I understand that. But y'all good. I'm not.
What?
No,
we wasn't good. Because I went to jail.
But I don't know. We could have been dysfunctional. But I'm gonna period.
No, ma'am. We all.
But what my whole point and purpose is, it's like, my mom reared us, so you know what I'm saying, to where if you get, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me. Don't. Yes. And that's the way I deal with mine. And I told her, hey, your friends gonna get you. Oh, they ain't none my friend. Okay, you know what I'm gonna tell you. When you get caught up, please don't make my number be the first one.
Well, you know, that's a
scary
scary tactic.
No, but I don't. No, I mean it.
I know you mean it, but it's also a scary tactic for children that sometimes is not.
That scared me when my mama said it scared me.
Yeah, it's a scare tactic.
Yeah, I responded to that.
But you know what? But it scared me with my mom. But you know what it made me do? Made me go think, okay, when you get in trouble, you need to go over here. I'm just saying, to where you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? My mama taught me, if you get it, that's you.
But that's your whole way of being disobedient, trying to think another way around
so
your mama's way.
So when I would get in trouble, guess what? My mom didn't know nothing because I knew how and I knew it in that. That's what you call you be grown.
But your child is not you.
That's the sad part about generational curses, y'all.
The child is not you.
Don't want to listen.
I you was in my household.
Yes,
and I told you this, and X, Y, and Z is gonna go to B.
Yes, it does.
Now when you.
And it did.
When you do this right here, tell me, I got it.
See? But your child's not you, though.
Exactly.
And I think sometimes we try to raise them opposed to us. And we grown, and we've come through some things, different strengths. We're different people. Yeah. Even with two children in the home. You know, we kind of, that discipline is different. That discipline is just a little bit different.
Yeah, because I was a baby and I had 4 brothers, and it's like, but I was that bad one. I go get everybody else.
I was
Yeah,
the
you
oldest,
gotta
so
wait
it
with
was
stuff.
totally different.
That's all.
And see, and you were the baby.
Mhm.
It's completely different.
Mhm.
And I would think, oh, you getting away with everything.
Mhm.
Oh, when I got older,
Yes.
See?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
And I think that's what we need to back up and see. Our children, they're not us. They're not little me.
No.
You know, you got to hone in on them and focus on what moves them, what motivates them. You know,
That's
I'm totally with that.
yeah, yeah.
And I want to say this
yeah,
too.
that's our thing now.
For generational curses. One of the things is, and you know, I said at one time, I was saying shame on people for applauding negative behavior and stuff, because that's what happens. So we can hear, like, say for instance, say all of us is little young cousins, and June just done got in trouble, and you know June done like, man, give my mama, they got you a punishment, and then we like, yeah, this one, so we all in agreement. So we know June in the wrong,
Yes.
but none of us cousins tell June that he in the wrong.
Therefore,
That's what I don't like, and that's what keeps it going. You understand
That's
what I'm
good.
saying, y'all?
That's good.
Because when one of us be like, nah, June, you was wrong, you should have got your butt whooped, and you shouldn't be allowed to go outside, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Then maybe that'll open up
It
doors
does.
for the other people. It's
It
small
does.
things like that that break generational curses.
Yes.
It's the peers.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
yes.
it is.
It's a lot of
Definitely.
yes man instead of a
no.
yeah, no man. Like telling them the truth instead of yeah.
Come
See,
on.
I touched
That's
the
it.
nerve. Dude on the couch spoke
Yeah.
up. See,
Yeah,
I'm
telling them the
nervous.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being real with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recognizing
Being
being
real.
real. Yes.
And so another thing I was gonna say is, with that being said, y'all remember the same group of cousins? We all done been around that group of cousins. Well, one is bad, y'all like, that little dude gonna end up in jail,
Yes.
deal in jail.
Yes.
He ain't gonna listen, she gonna be a hoe. You know, we all sit back and had cousins that in our mind we thought that. Or even if they sitting there plotting, it's like, I know, French fry, you that cousin right now. We about to like you cousin Doom. All right, cousin Doom.
What's up?
Why you sit here at 5-year-old talking about, I don't care if my mama don't like me. I'll get my own lawyer. I'll get this. Y'all know y'all ain't a little cousin that said that. See,
Yeah.
I learned then when I was younger, them same cousins that was like that. When I grow up, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna forget my mom and all that. Y'all were already plotting negativity. And I remember that. So just watch what I'm saying. I ain't saying to be real, but see, sometimes that's where it takes a sister in Christ to love you at. To
Yes.
just tell you something real. It might not be what you want to hear, but it's something real. So what I did, I realized, I sit back and I realized that I was a little kid genius. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell y'all about that later. But I listened to all the little kids around me or cousins and stuff that always said, well, I'm going to do this. And it was something negative. And I watched how their life turned out. I'm saying, y'all sitting here plotting y'all downfall instead of watching and learning where y'all can learn something good at. Because I know for me, I'm looking like, cousin Jimmy over there smoking crack. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was looking at stuff like that. Like, that ain't what I want to do. But I ain't mad because they done told me I can't go to the fair. So when I get older, I'm going to get me a job and get my own lawyer and do this. You know what I'm saying? But I do realize that a lot of people like that. And I'm not saying that about nobody's character because it didn't happen to everybody.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, a lot of them, we just be mean and be in our feelings. We was going through stuff, through adolescence and stuff. I know I
Definitely.
said some things and did some
Definitely.
things. You know what I'm saying? But I know for the most of it is that the kids that I would see say, you know what, instead of being like, oh, you know, to the May over there, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be like anime over here. And I'm gonna go, she doing this and that and this. And so you gotta set your mind on something positive, and that's what breaks the curse. Because if you sit back and you say, oh, well, they did this and that, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't gonna do it like this, I'm gonna do it like that. But the thing about it is, if you're still doing something to where it's not in a positive light to turn it around,
Right.
you just trying to get around something negative for you're doing something that's insane. Because you're still doing something that's gonna end up with the same result if you don't look at it in a positive light.
Right.
And so that goes for a lot of ways. I tell people all the time, your chain of thoughts can keep you like that insane.
Yes,
Your
definitely.
chain of actions can keep you insane.
Yes, it's
You know what I'm
mindset.
saying?
That's
And then
good.
that ain't gonna happen to me because I'm gonna do it like this. If you done seen 20 people jump over this thing and didn't make it to the other side of the cliff, why is you gonna do it too? And think this is gonna work for you? I'm gonna grow wings in the middle of me
It's too
talking.
many follow the leader. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And then you
Yes.
got it where they taught a lot of people was taught to disrespect the elders. Because you know you call them by your first name, call your mama by the first name.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm just saying, I'm speaking on generational curses. Call your mama by her first name. So when you put, I'm just saying, I done heard it. And then you call your mama by her first name, and you get into it with your mama, and you feel so free cussing in front of your mama. it's a lot of things. They taught us to lie. A lot of them taught us how to lie.
We were talking about that.
You know, when the bill collector called, tell them I ain't here.
Yeah.
Already.
Or somebody come knocking at the door, insurance man, I ain't here. You know what I'm saying? But then they wonder why you lie
Yeah.
or something. But we kept on going with it and kept on going with it to where now they have left us here with these generationally cursed people that made us generationally cursed because we still repeating the cycle. Even more so, I'm gonna say this, even more so back in the day when they used to tell us women, like the other women would tell us, ain't no way if you got this between your pocketbook, between your legs, you should be broke.
Oh,
should,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real.
I
So
know.
now-
So they tell a whole lot of young girls
know.
the little thought mamas.
But now it got people thinking that's what it's gonna take for me to make some money. Not
Right.
my brain, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not my brain. And then you got the men, my uncle, he was really old, but he was like, you know, he kind of told the truth, which it was the truth. And he used to tell my little cousins and stuff. He said, when y'all get grown, he said, y'all stop trying to run a lot of women. I know this what y'all gonna do, try to run a lot of women. See, your uncle did that. That's what he would say. I did this. He said, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I learned pretty quick that I ain't got but one wang, so I don't need but one woman. He said, I can't keep up with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they get it confused and think that you're supposed to be a player. Oh, I'm supposed to do
Yes,
this, or
ma'am.
you're supposed to put up with that. Because maybe Papa jumped the fence, and Grandma knew that Papa jumped the fence and just needed to be taken care of. And we got aunties and stuff that we don't even know because Papa got other children.
All around
But
town.
I understand it with my mom, you know, my daddy, Papa was Rolling Stone. Classic.
Laid
May
that
he
hat-
rest in peace. For
Lay
and
that hat
may my mama rest in peace too. Y'all rest okay. I'm just talking right now.
You know, back
Anyway.
then, they hushed anyway. They didn't care.
But that's because I saw that growing up. You know what I'm saying? My dad, you know, he would be gone on the weekend, you know, and I was a baby girl, so, you know, I already knew when he left my world, I'm finna die. She finna kill me again. I mean, I like, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, when he coming back? Mom, what today is? You know, it's Friday. Ooh, Lord, my daddy coming back on God.
Oh.
Then, you know, Daddy, come here. Now. And I'm with my dad. But it's like, even growing up watching them two, because, you know, we was in an educational home, you know, we had to read, do all this
Yes.
stuff. So I was reading that too. So with
Yes.
my legs crossed with a newspaper, got the picture of it on.
Oh.
But it's like, with my mom and my dad, you know, watching them, he's like, no, baby. But, you know, I told y'all I was molested when I was a kid, but it was like, besides that point. So I was like, can't do that, no big. So when I had, you know, my son, so I told him, I said, you see all this right here? I said, you know, it was better. Well, I'm not saying better because I don't know what it was like in the 50s and 60s. But
Right.
I said, you gonna do what all my brothers and them doing them? I said, you gonna pay for the car. I said, not me. I said, you have to stand ground, you know, you gonna use it. I wouldn't use it, you know what I'm saying? You know, use it till when you get, you know I'm talking about the way.
Right.
You know, use it when you get ready, when you get, oh no. He wanna go do it. Go ahead on. Mom, you, nope. I didn't do those keys. You know what I'm saying? You had those keys. I mean, you have to suffer the consequences.
Right.
And
That's
you're lucky too.
responsibility.
You're lucky too because just depending on age, I had a client
Mine
before.
24, so yeah.
No, I'm talking about.
Okay.
I had a client when her son was 16. He got somebody pregnant, and they did make her pay child support. And I just feel like that's crazy because you can't. These kids sneak around and do stuff, so
Sure will make you
you just never know, and I think that is crazy. One thing I want to touch on what Coach Quee said a minute ago when we was talking about how calling parents by their first names and how that would get us black eyed. First of all, that didn't even exist at a certain time. I don't even know when that started. When it got started, I was like, you
I
know,
was shocked. I was like,
and you know, I'm still around
And
my
I'm still
mom,
there.
and like
No.
sometimes I'm telling my mom something, and it might give me something. I stop, and she's like, "No, baby, it's okay. I know you was just telling a story. Sometimes it's funny that way, you know." Just,
Yes,
but
right.
I still, you know, had to kid myself. If I'm telling her something I'm excited about,
Right.
you know, and I still feel
Different.
bad and pray about it, and you know, and everything. You know,
Right.
my mom, she laughs because she think it's funny because she know that we're human and it happens, you know.
Oh, yes.
But what I wanted to say was on calling parents by their first name. So y'all know I have my grandson Josiah, and I've had him since he was 2 days old. So of course he knows who his mother is.
Right.
Because I never wanted him to feel like that
Right.
this is a Medea's movie. So he's like, "Why nobody tell me?" You know what I'm saying? That's your mama right there. No, you know, we talk about it now.
No.
So I just want to tell
Yes, I
y'all,
do.
what's funny is whenever he get in trouble,
Uh-oh.
like, you know what I'm saying, he was like, I want my mama, I am your mama, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
No, it was a funny thing, and he was like, I know I'm just playing. So, when he get mad at his mama, you know what I'm saying?
Now you wanna go?
Yeah, when he get mad at her, you know what I'm saying, before she was in jail, he was like, yeah, see, he call her by her name.
See?
And y'all, you know the same thing, here it is, I'm just like, I jumped when he did it. He was like, TK. You know what I'm saying? I jumped. Oh, she gonna kill you. And I looked at her eyes. She looked like Tom and Jerry. I had to get, don't get it, baby. He learning. Just let him make it. You know what I'm saying? He learning. He not know. He's like, okay, that's my mama's name. I say, that's your mama's name. But you don't want to call her that.
Yeah.
Please don't.
You know what I'm saying? Don't call her that. And you know what I'm saying? He little kids will tease. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to watch it. See, he know I'm his mama.
He does.
You understand? He know I'm his protector.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember I tell you some kids will be bad and be like, can't nobody hit me but that person?
Yes,
He
ma'am.
knew that.
Yes.
So y'all know what he did.
Oh.
And then he'd run behind me or whatever.
No.
And I was like, well, you better stop, your mama gonna kill you. He looked at me and I pushed him from behind me. I ain't gonna say you that one. And that's all it took.
Right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
He never did no more. I pushed him to the side. He looked at it. She was like, you got one more time. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at that face and when he turned around and looked at me, I was going like that.
Yeah.
And then I said, you on your own, go on, boy. I don't want that bitch. And then, you know, it's scary little kid. Now y'all see what I'm talking about, reverse psychology.
Yes.
Some things, like my grandson to be a little mischief, he is so scary. You can hear something boom outside, he can be playing with something, he dropped that, he over there. So, I know what works for him.
Right.
I use it. If it's evil, I'm sorry. I don't care if y'all say that's abuse. That's what I use. I use the things that he's afraid of. So whenever, you know, I think he in trouble. Oh, you in trouble. Uncle dude on the couch gonna get you, And then I tell him, don't be scared. He be, come here, boy. And then I be running from him, Josiah, as he running from him. And I just take off, I hide in the closet so he don't know where I'm at. You on your own. Because you shouldn't have messed with him. But he might not even get him. He might be like, I'm going to let you make it this time. Because my sister. But you better not. So we work on him. You know what I'm saying? Just,
And you talk to him.
yeah, just
I
a little
think
bit
the
like
talking
that. And then not only,
Motivation.
I pulled the whole family together. As I was telling y'all that night, I said, listen, he was standing there. I'm the 5-year-old hater. He got to tell him, do you know what that means?
Oh.
And so I told him, I said, listen, we all love you. I give every last person in this room permission to get you if you on it. Everybody was like, oh yeah, oh you can't be running out doing something. Because he was being bad at first. You know what I'm saying? He used to try everybody that came around me. I know he tried you a few times. I don't think he tried you. I think we got it by this time. He ain't tried, but he usually would. Everybody. I'm talking about like right up point in time you come in, he might come and look you up and give you a cell phone. Get out my shop. You know, he was evil. He would say, but do you know that was exactly how his mama was? And remember his mom was always mischief doing something.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
Went up
not
by
my
herself.
baby.
Went up
And I would
by
not
herself,
whoop
yeah.
her up because I didn't get whoopings. See how that generational curse can hurt somebody?
Yes.
See, me not getting whoopings, I didn't turn into
That's exactly it,
a
yeah.
criminal or a drug addict because I was showered with love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, even my daughter, she was showered with love, but she was spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was spoiled
Okay, that is
because
good,
see,
yeah.
my mom didn't want to whoop us because she got beat. So I didn't want to whoop my daughter because I didn't even know about that. All I knew was this was to take away stuff.
And that's good.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes,
That's
it worked too. The Miss
Right.
Martin also told me that
Right.
too. When Josiah was in that corner acting like he count to 10 for 30 minutes or whatever,
Yeah.
she said, take his tablet, take his TV. When I cut all that stuff, I said, no, we gonna go to your room. We cleared it out. He ain't really had nothing there but his mat and a drawing board. So I said, we sitting there with one figurine, and he used to having 100. It was empty in there. Yes. So everything that they told, like, they was like, well, you need a whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes they do. I agree with you.
There is
Sometimes they do.
Yes.
And when that comes, let me tell y'all one of the good times. And I want us to go down the line real quick. I'm gonna stop my story, but I want us to go down the line and y'all tell a good example of a time a child should get a spanking. Now for me with mine, if like say for instance, I gotta find an example of mine because I've had kids do some bad stuff. I ain't gonna whoop because they threw their shoe out the window. That's your shoe. You just gonna walk around one shoe and the
That's
sock
it.
on.
I will not replace
I'm gonna torture you like that for a whole day or something. Or no, you can't go to the park because you threw your shoe out the window. You know what I'm saying?
sad.
Now say, okay, for instance, you threw your shoe out the window this one day and I'll let you go on punishment. But if you do it again, I'm gonna spank you. And you're still gonna be barefoot. You know what I'm saying, for that day. Because you done it again to realize, oh, that wasn't that bad. I just walked barefoot. So it's going to get worse and worse for you every time. You know what I'm saying? Whether
That's
you
a
don't
natural
get,
consequence.
Yes.
That's completely appropriate.
So that's what I'm saying as far as spankings. And I use that as an example because I know that's kind of bad, but not really. It ain't really harming nobody but them. But you also throwing a shoe out the window, you can cause an accident. You know what I'm saying? So I'm explaining to him. I'm always talking to my grandson about trying to put something in my face and show me something or talking to me while I'm driving.
Right.
So I'm always doing it and showing him the consequences
That's
of it,
good.
you know?
Yes.
And that's what I learned as growing into adult. A parent. Yeah. Take tips, y'all. Don't forget what I told y'all. Treasure chest works. You just be like, sometimes if they acted all funny or something like that, get away from me, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Don't let them touch you. Don't touch me. I do that to him all the time. I run from mine, you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get on his level at my age. And what I'm saying by that is that I'm not going to get on his level and fall on the floor and have a tantrum right with him. Right. But I remember when I would look at him and step right over him and keep on walking. Well, I'm eating ice cream. When you get done doing that, you're welcome to have some.
And you use a lot of humor and things that they can relate to. And
Yes.
it's not punitive,
Yes.
where you're affecting his self-esteem.
Yes.
I think that's important, where you're not just beating him down and shaming him. So I think that, he can identify with it, and he knows when you mean what you say.
I knew I was winning when he was like,
What you say.
Grandma, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I knew something then when he was like, Grandma, you crazy. Grandma, you funny. He told me that one day, you funny. I said, you funny. And then that's what I said.
That's precious.
And he was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I said, we can do this all night. I don't know who's gonna win, but I know one thing about you is you gotta go to bed with no TV. But I'm grown, I got TV. So I do him like that.
Right.
And it seems to work, and that have worked a whole lot more better than it had been trying to be the stern person. The funny thing about it was, y'all, I don't even know how to be mean. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know how to be stern to him. Like after a longer time, I might be like, you know what I'm saying? I hit him with those now, and it worked so well because later y'all turned my head and I'd be cracking up.
Oh.
And so instead of it disturbing my spirit, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes you can be in a happy mood and your kid can do something or grandkid or something, and it can turn your whole spirit around.
Yeah.
So instead of turning my spirit down into a negative, I learned how to turn it into something funny and positive for me, because I'll be laughing to myself, boy, y'all just do not know. Okay, I'm gonna tell a little secret. This is one thing I do with my grandson to get him out there. Look at dude on the couch over there laughing because he knows. See, I'm so scared of people not knowing how to correctly discipline a child. I don't let nobody whoop my grandson, my kids, and none of that stuff. It can be me. Now, don't get me wrong. I got certain things. So when I say nobody, it's just back to where they ain't a village like that no more. But I know I got like my brother, and you know what I'm saying. I know I needed y'all to discipline.
Yes,
but sometimes people don't know their own strength. So I had to come up with a method for that, because see, if I come home and my little child telling me my brother done hit him too hard, I'm going to fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know they too little, and you might have hurt them internally. That's why I listen to them all the time. So I taught my family members another way to discipline him. I taught him one of his fears. He don't like to be swung around like a helicopter. Y'all know like how we used to, we as kids hold my hands and swing me around? He don't like that. It's weird that these little kids are so bad. They don't like bugs. They don't like outside. They don't like doing cartwheels. They don't like helicopters. They don't really like trapping the wing. They don't like it. So I use those things against. So my ultimate weapon, when he get on my nerves, I grab him by his ankles and swing him around.
Oh, he hates that.
He hates that. I'm trying to tell y'all, he will claw the skin. It's like he turned into a cat.
That's fun.
I thought it was too, but when I saw how much it scared him, I said, all I gotta do is threaten you with that? All right, I'm gonna give you the helicopter. And he would be like, no, I don't want no smoke. So if that's abuse, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But I found something that worked for me.
Right.
And so to me, that's my whooping.
Right.
I don't have to pull out a belt or anything, you know what I'm saying? Or
yes.
I have a paddle, but I don't have to use them no more, because like I said, once you paddle a child and they can repeatedly do the same thing over, then there is something else wrong with them.
Yeah.
Is that spanking is not going to help them. And I realized that with my grandchild. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't that I just spank. I just was like, you know, he can take this spanking like a G, and then if he go back and do it again, you know what I'm saying? If you go back to school the next day and be like, you know what? I ain't listening to you, but he was just being spoiled. But at the same time, so I had to learn something. So you never too old to learn.
Never.
I wasn't. I learned.
I think that
and it worked out.
And even though, also in generational curses, as we're talking about parenting, being a parent and the children, I feel like even as an adult, as we get older, we shouldn't just feel entitled to talk to our grown children any kind of way. I mean, that has been getting out of hand. Like, just because you're older than me, or just because you're my aunt or something, you don't have the right to disrespect me or treat me any kind of way. See, we're not checking stuff at the door no more. We're not bringing nothing to the red carpet. We feel like just because that's the auntie, she can say what she want to say about it. She can gossip, she can do this, or that my uncle can do this to me, or my mama can just talk to me any kind of way. That's not how. I'm an adult. I'm an adult. So you need to treat me as an adult and respect me, because it's a learned behavior. Energy matches energy. So if you come at me striking mad, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna buck back the system. Because I'm grown now, mama. I got my own stuff. I pay my own way. You know what I'm saying? So don't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a big thing too that's been learned. Like, you gonna do what I say and then they get mad. You gonna talk to your mama like that? Well, mama, you talk to me like that. I'm a person.
That's a good point.
I'm a person. I'm grown. I'm an adult. I'm not little no more, Craig. I'm not little no more. So we have to get away from that. It's so many different generational curses that are out there that we're not even paying attention to. Like, we just, I mean, no, it's not okay. It's not okay for you to invade my privacy. It's not okay for you to talk to me like I'm a little girl. I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm not a little boy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some respect on my name. I'm respecting you.
Amen.
You know, I agree with you on that. I mean, I did try that with my mom. I would have been in the coma about 3-4 times, you know.
But I'm just saying, that's a way to
kids.
It's a way to respect. It's a way to say something. But I'm saying, don't jab at me, don't punch me, and then expect for me to just sit there and be like, okay, mama, okay. No, what you give out, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna receive that.
You gotta show respect.
Like I said, I was like that too with my mom. She come to my house. What you doing all this? I said, your address is over there. Go on, hit that front door. And she, who you talking to? But you know what? But I'm just saying, we did that.
You was her only girl, so that might have been
it rolled back, you know, like I said, when she got sick. So it's like, so you know, we come in.
Yeah, because you like, what you doing?
But my mama did be like that too. I had to, come on, go on, little girl.
And when we wrong as adults, you have to apologize to them. You want to apologize to everybody else, but saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. I know I came off wrong." And what you say, you have to apologize.
But that's what I'm saying. But see, like with my son, he already knew, like, yes ma'am, no ma'am, whatever. So once his little pecker started working, and we have kids. I could talk. But see that his friends, they talk to their mom. You give me my thing. Let me use your. So he tried it with me. I said, "You want me?" No. Of all people, me. So I let it go. But I had a remedy for him. So he came to my house one day. I said, "Okay." Baker Peter, yes, could you come to 204? I'm not playing with you.
Right.
I'm not playing with you. That ain't how I raised them. You want to act? Bye.
Well, you have some good sense, because a lot of parents won't call nobody.
Yes, I am. Because my mind thinking, "Oh, I'm not scared of you, baby."
Well, I want to say this too on generational curses. Speak up to family members as well, because some family members overstep the boundaries.
That's right.
As we get ready to close this out, I'm gonna say my little closing thing to generational curses, and we're gonna give the counselor's point. So one thing I want to say is that what I notice with a lot of generational curses that also keep them going is that sometimes family members don't say nothing to other family members that they see being disrespectful, whether it be a cousin, a brother, a sister. Sometimes they stepping out of line. Myself personally, I know I had to say something to my brother because my brother seemed to feel like that my children, our kids are still kids and they become adults. They have their own lives. They have the right to say yes or no. They're not little kids we can just tell, go do this, go do that, go do this. It doesn't work like that. And then when the kids try to respectfully ignore you and go on, then they go tell the parent, your child ain't listening to me, or what's wrong with them, or you know what I'm saying, something to the sort that it's okay to tell your family members to back off. And I want to say that because I see that a lot, and that keeps generational curses going on. Ms. Hathaway, what you want to say about?
I just want to end with saying, recognize what's going on in your family, what's been happening. Were you shamed, or are you still having some grudge or unforgiveness against someone where you need to talk about it before it's like they pass on and you never got to address it with that one? Recognize, get some coping skills to deal with it. If they're drinking and you know that's a problem, that might not be the way for you to go, because that may be a predisposition. There are a lot of things about our health, a lot of things about how we raise our children and live our lives, and live life. Grow up, live life. You don't have to get approval. You're an adult. Make decisions, but then know there are consequences for the wrong decisions. That's my piece.
Amen. Coach Quay.
My thoughts on it is stop the cycle. Stop it. Be the one. When the generational curse runs into you, let it end there. Don't be afraid to start your own family, your own mind. Don't do this because my mom didn't have a man. We women of no men or something. If you want a man, get you a man. Have you a family. Don't just rip and run and be all over the place because you know. I can't get my thoughts together but anyway, like I said, you have to. In other words, the buck stops here. Let it stop with you. Stand on you. Stand on who you are. Stop mimicking what they did. It doesn't matter. Sometimes they make you feel like, well, you should do this because grandmama did it like this. No, grandmama not here no more, and that was a different era. So always remember that you are a person and you are in now times. That's just like me trying to take and live a certain type of way from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't do it. So with all due respect, be you and do you. If you say you're going to do you and be you, do it and make a change for positive.
Yes, ma'am. Good word.
Do something positive today. And with that being said, y'all stay connected and deeply rooted. Hey,
deeply rooted. 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 Deeply rooted.